Kim Godfrey's here. She is the theatrical coordinator, and you also are music something.
I am. I'm the director of music and theater at the Ashtabula Arts Center.
So you have a lot more talent than I do.
Oh gosh.
just a short story, but wife started this gig here at the County Phone Company, and as you probably know, I do mostly news stuff. I'm here because Pat's gone, but I'm trying to make an effort to get to all of the programs at the County Arts Center and do a preview of them on the Monday before. It's like press day. You can go and take pictures or videos, whatever, for the play that's coming up that weekend. So the first time we did it happened to be Spam-A-Lot, which my son was in. The next one was Aristocrats, and Spam-A-Lot you directed, so I talked to you and got you on camera. And then like 2 weeks later, or 3 weeks later, I go back to the Arts Center on a Monday for Spam-A-Lot, and it's a kids play. And I see Pam Hammond there, and I said, I saw you there, but I said, who's directing this? Because I didn't think it would be you because you were in the middle of Spam-A-Lot, but yeah, it was.
It was.
Because, so you've got to have a busy time.
I do. I do all sorts of shows, especially in the winter. It tends to be extra busy because I also do the choreography for Edgewood High School's plays as well.
Wow.
So this winter I was doing Spam-A-Lot, Aristocrats, and High School Musical at Edgewood. So it was a good time. It was very busy. I'm still ready to sleep, but but it was very good.
Well, when Andy puts the camera on me, you could like put your head down for a few seconds.
Oh, good. There
like
we go.
that.
Yeah. You can nudge me and let me go. That would be good.
Well, there's a lot of stuff going on this summer, and this weekend is the dance thing.
Yes.
Why don't you tell us about that first, and then we will.
We are opening our spring dance concert on this Friday, which has original pieces choreographed by our director of dance, Sheila Dubsky, Clover Robinson, and Megan Stell. And the spring dance concert is actually one of my favorite parts of our year. We have in the winter we do the Nutcracker, and then in the spring for the dance it's a mixture of contemporary dance along with the classical ballet dance as well. And they have pieces ranging from the little children doing all sorts of things, which is always fun to watch, along with a lot more advanced dancers, and they do all sorts of lifts and turns and everything that I.
Is this where they have a contemporary, like I think one year didn't they do like Pink Floyd or something?
Yeah, there was a year that they did Pink Floyd. This year they're doing the show is called The Edges Between, and they do all sorts of emotional equilibrium type of dances where there are some dancers who even use their body weight to counteract each other, and it's really cool. It's awesome. It gives you a new appreciation for people and dance and bodies being able to do that.
Maybe we could do something here. Maybe you could show me something and we could do something.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Maybe we should contact our insurance carrier.
Yes, I think that might be a good idea.
So that's this weekend?
That is this weekend and next weekend. The Fridays and Saturday shows begin at 7:30, and on Sundays it begins at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Is that one of those tickets in advance kind of things?
Yes, you can get tickets in advance by calling the Art Center, 440-964-3396. And you can order your tickets over the phone. There is a $2 handling fee for phone calls, or you can stop into the Ashtabula Arts Center and get your tickets there. There's no handling fee there. So either way, you can do that. But you can order your tickets in advance, and the seating is reserved, so it's not just general admission. But it's a wonderful experience. I think everybody should check it out at least once. So.
There is quite a dance program there.
Yes.
I mean, at Christmas time with the Nutcracker,
yes,
that's a huge thing.
Oh yeah.
And there's a lot of people that talk about going someplace else bigger, and then discovering the one here, and assuming that the one in Erie or Cleveland is going to be better, and then being blown away by the one at the Ashtabula Arts Center.
Oh yes, Sheila Dubsky does a wonderful job with everyone. It's been amazing. I grew up doing musicals and shows at the Art Center where I watched the dancers even as a teenager, and I was amazed at the talent that they have and the technique that they learn while they're there. It's absolutely amazing. Sheila does a wonderful job.
So we also have the Straw Hat coming up, and that's next month.
It is next month.
Peter Pan.
Yes, which your grandson is in.
Oh my gosh,
he is very excited.
He is extremely excited. He loves theater. He's 5 years old. He's 5. He talks like a 20-year-old. And last year we took him to see The Little Mermaid.
Yes.
And he had to wear a tie to the play. And he just loved it. And he saw Aristocrats, and he had to go see his dad in Spamalot, which is probably not the best play for a 5-year-old, but
That's what he used a song from Spamalot for his audition song.
I'm All Alone.
Yeah. Yes, it was wonderful. He was very excited. It's so fun to work on the kids shows and to see everybody grow from being the 5-year-old age or even younger sometimes, and seeing them grow up. It's been it's really neat to watch and see. And with Peter Pan, it is a kids show for kids that is also done by kids. And the director, Marianne Klein, does such a wonderful job working with them. She has quite a few people in the cast. But I've heard that your grandson is quite excited. So
I guess he gives pep talks or something.
Oh, he does. I've heard all about it. He's very excited.
My grandsons are not shy.
Yeah. That is good. That is good, especially in the theater. So we are opening the season with Peter Pan Jr., which is the Disney version of Peter Pan, and we have, as I said, Marianne Klein is directing that, and that goes for 3 weekends in June. And then after that, we are doing on 4th of July weekend, on the 5th and 6th, we started last year, we started doing a princess concert, which we have all of the princesses, Sleeping Beauty and Cinderella and Snow White, all of the princesses come to the Art Center, and they do a wonderful concert. And this year we're adding a tea to it, where they can sign up to be a part of both the concert and the tea. And we will have the new princesses, Elsa and Anna from Frozen, there as well. So that will be very
I think
exciting.
you have to have them from Frozen.
Oh yes,
because it's pretty.
That is quite a hit these days. So
I was thinking when I went to do I went to see the show Aristocrats too, but at the preview, I talked to you, and then I stopped a couple of the performers, and I said to one of them, I said, "So is this your first performance?" And he says, "No, this is my 14th." But if you're thinking, would your kids or grandkids be good for theater like this? I tell you, the kids I talk to there, they're very well spoken. They know how to conduct themselves, and man, that can't hurt later in life.
It's so true. That's one thing that I think is wonderful about theater. It's just good with learning how to work with people too. I mean, it has that teamwork effect along with learning how to communicate through your words and through your actions, and what is right and what is wrong. And it's a great way to learn all about life.
Right, it is.
Yeah.
And how to carry yourself when you're talking, and I've just come up to the two of them and asked them questions, and they had no way to prepare or anything, and
yeah.
But they did very well, and I figure it has to be because of this is their 14th show.
Right.
And when you're 13 or 14 years old, and you're standing there and you're singing, and you're the only one singing to a whole sea of people.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing when I see all these little ones. We had in Little Mermaid Junior last summer,
which was really, really, really good.
Yeah. Yeah, that was also directed by Marianne Klein, and but we had the chef in Little Mermaid, she was last year, I believe she was turning 6 years old. And so she was 5 years old on 5 years old on that stage, and that girl is not afraid of anything. And she will go, and she was so funny. But even 5 years old and getting up and doing that in front of 200 people at once is a huge deal. It's wonderful. It's absolutely great. But so we have the Peter Pan Jr., which is our kids-based show, and then the Princess Concert, which is also a family-based, a good kid fun time. And
these would also be things that if you don't, the age-old question: should you take your kid to the movies yet? Is he old enough? Is he old, or is she old enough to take them to a play yet? These would be good ones.
Oh
too.
Yeah, these are great for any age child. You can even bring. I mean, I would even try to bring your 3-year-olds to see it. It's something that it can draw their attention into it, and it's amazing how many. Sometimes people will think that their kids won't sit through it, or they won't be able to sit that long. But Peter Pan Jr., that one is a good show to bring for young ones, especially because it is written to be shorter. So it will only be about a little over an hour long, and it's amazing to watch. I mean, you see little toddlers come in and then they're just drawn to the stage and they're watching everybody on it, and it's amazing. It's very great. And something that we tried to do for this summer for the Straw Hat season is make sure that everything is family friendly, and that people can bring their families to each show and have a good time.
Nothing
a good
from
night out.
Spamalot.
Right? Yeah, yeah. We're saving that a little more for the indoor, but we'll mix it in and out of each season. But so we have. The Peter Pan is in June. Then we have 4th of July weekend on the 5th and 6th. We have the Princess Concerts and Tea in the afternoon. And then in the evenings, we're opening High School Musical 2, which I will be directing. And that one is, that's more of our teen-based show, actor-wise. And it's a good show. Once again, it's a good one for families and a great one for kids. It's very upbeat and very light. And it's nothing too serious. It's funny, and it has a wonderful storyline. There are some people who see the High School Musicals and they automatically assume that it's fluff and all of that, but it definitely teaches a lesson in there of working together and being nice to each other, and something that I think is good for kids to learn. And then at the end of the summer, for August, we have Once Upon a Mattress, which is an older show that is written about the Princess and the Pea. And which I will be in that one, and that one is going to be directed by Steve Rhodes of Conneaut, and your son Derek will be in that as well.
Right.
And so that'll be fun. It's a good one. That is also a good funny show. It has a little more adult. There are more jokes for adults in that one, but it is definitely kid friendly. It's one of those shows that has the good jokes for adults, but the kids won't really understand them. So that's, I think we have a good summer for wonderful family nights out, and coming to the Straw Hat, which is an experience in itself. Sure. And making sure that, I mean, it's outside, and so we have, if you've never been there before, it's an outdoor theater that looks like a pavilion. It has tarps on the side that are actually really nice. It makes it sound like it's
you think it was like a tent, like a circus tent, but there's a hard roof on it.
There is, there's a hard roof on it, and it's a wonderful experience. It's something that if you've never tried it, it's great to feel the breeze of the summer at night and to be a part of the theater outside. It's a wonderful experience.
It is. Yeah. I kind of wanted to address the Ashtabula Arts Center. I know that they need volunteers. They need people that can take people, ushers and that sort of thing. And what kind of background do you need if you were interested maybe in being in a play, or I don't know, playing in an orchestra or sweeping up afterward or whatever?
Yeah, being in a play, actually, you don't really need any experience. You just kind of need a love for theater. And there are some people who I know love to sing and who had never been in a play before and are in their 20s or 30s or 40s or 50s. We had somebody be a part of a show who was in her 60s who had never been who had never been in a show before, and she said that she loved to sing, and she's always had a flair for the dramatic, and then she came in and did a little audition, and it was great. And so being in a show, you don't really need that much experience. The love for it is sometimes enough. And for being a part of the orchestra, or the bands for it, you probably need a little more experience with the instruments. But we are always taking names for people who are interested. And the more experience you have, the better. But at the same time, even if you're learning an instrument and would like to be a part of it, we can definitely pair you up with somebody who is more experienced, who can kind of show you the ways and do that. Also, we are looking to really bring up our volunteer base when it comes to finding volunteers we have so many opportunities of ushering and running the concession stand and helping our box offices, or we also are always looking for people who can sew and who like to make costumes. We have people who like to bake. We definitely take those volunteers when it comes to our art openings, or we are now doing, for the Straw Hat season, we're starting an opening night soiree, which is an opening night party after the show where anybody who volunteers to donate some goodies or hors d'oeuvres we're always looking for. But there are so many opportunities to volunteer at the Art Center, and we're always looking for new people. So those are some of the things that we need help with.
Well, just you're talking about the atmosphere there, and it's kind of spells summertime. It just feels like summer when you go there.
Oh yeah,
and all the people does. And the tickets, and sometimes it's raining out there, and
yes.
I mean, I can remember when they used to have it down at the Walnut Beach.
Right.
That was a long time ago.
I've heard lots of stories about that.
My wife's aunt was a director back in the early 70s, and it got to raining and hailing so hard, they had to stop the play for a while, for like 5 minutes, because nobody could hear anything.
Oh no!
So that was a while ago. But
yeah, we've had a few shows where I've called them our monsoon nights, where we have doors on the side with the canvas sides of the tent, that we call it, and you can sometimes feel the water coming in just a little bit. You never get soaked unless you walk outside, and then we have a little area around the stage that we call the moat that sometimes does fill up. During Little Mermaid last year, we joked about having rubber duckies down there, and that being part of the sea or under the sea experience. So
Henry was impressed with they had the bubbles.
Yes.
The Little Mermaid. That was a nice touch all around.
Our wonderful bubble machine.
And
it's good.
I mean, I'm not good at describing things, but the stage is like circular, and you have people all around it.
Yes.
So there's different viewing angles.
Yeah, there are different viewing. It's called a thrust stage, and it's around 3 sides right now. It used to be in the complete round where it was audience around the whole thing, but it's an interactive experience. You're very close. As an audience member, there's not really a bad seat in the house because you're as deep as it goes is 5 rows, I'm pretty sure, and so you're fairly close the whole time. It's great. It's a wonderful experience.
I would warn though that with the kids shows you better get your tickets, because you got 16 in the cast. They all have parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, neighbors.
Absolutely.
And
I would definitely suggest calling as soon as you can. We do have subscription opportunities where you can get a subscription for, it's like 4 tickets, and you get a little bit of a discount on the tickets, and you can use them for the whole family. So I would definitely look into that option as well. But I would definitely get your tickets as soon as possible for those. Without a doubt. But we also have a brand new concert series this summer. Talking about the Straw Hat Theater, we have this beautiful patio and brand new concession stand that we've had, I think it's only 3 years old now, and we are starting to do a concert series on Wednesday nights at 6:30. We're starting with 4 concerts this summer. where we're actually starting on June 25th. And we're doing, our first concert is called Broadway Babies to Broadway Ladies. And that is, I'm actually a part of that one with my friend and I can call her a colleague as well, Caitlin Warner, who we both have degrees in musical theater and love Broadway. And so we are doing that with Deborah Fleming, who grew up in Conneaut, and she will be accompanying us for that. And on Wednesday, July 9th at 6:30, we are having the singer-songwriter Alex Bevan.
Skinny little boy.
And and then on Wednesday, July 23rd, we're having the Remember Then, and they play tunes from the 50s, 60s, and 70s. And then on Wednesday, August 6th, also at 6:30, we have the Irish tenor John Hoyle, and one of his friends will be on the guitar playing with him. So we have a little bit of everything for our new concert series. We'll have the concession stand there. You can bring lawn chairs and your dinner, and it'll be a nice night out. It'll be fun in the beautiful summer. And if we by chance do have one of those monsoon evenings, we'll have it inside the Straw Hat Theater.
Okay.
So that'll be our new thing for the summer. We also have our brown bag concerts that we've done every year for as long as I can remember.
Me too.
And yeah, we are only doing them in Jefferson this year. They are sponsored by the Gazette, and we're working on our lineup for that. So those will be on Thursdays at noon, and they begin on July 10th.
They're kind of designed so that if you're working, you can take your lunch, enjoy the concert while you're eating, and then alas and alack, go back to work.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it's almost like a little vacation in the middle of the day. That's what I say when I get to go. It's pretty lucky getting to go every time, so then I can sit there and eat my lunch in the sun, and it's very fun. It's very relaxing, and it's a good time. We also, something else that's new that we are doing at the Art Center, it is on Saturday, May 31st. We are doing a rummage sale where you can bring your things that you have maybe in a basement or an attic or even closets, and you can bring your stuff and donate it to the Art Center for our rummage sale. You can start bringing that stuff on Monday. So that will be on May 31st, or if you want to find something new, go ahead and bring it.
You can take your old stuff there and take back somebody else's old
stuff. That's what I'm afraid I'm going to do. I'm getting ready to move, so I'm going through all of my things. I was like, oh, this is good for the rummage sale. This is good. And then I start thinking about, well, I wonder what I can find at the rummage sale. So you can get it either way.
Now that's something that they haven't had before, is it?
No, we haven't done that before. Not that I know of anyway. We might have done it in the past before my time. So no. But that is something that is brand new. We have it is actually being led by volunteers. Our woman who is, and one of my best friends, Lisa Lowry, is working on doing a lot of the volunteer coordinating for that. So that'll be something new that we're bringing along.
And then after the Straw Hat's done, it's a few weeks and it's back inside for the fall.
It is.
Were you working at what you're going to be doing this fall?
Oh yes, we have announced it in our newsletter.
Oh.
We have announced the whole year. We do the kids production class, which the Aristocrats was a part of this past winter. We've always done one of the children's production classes in the winter, and now we're doing one in the winter and in the fall as well.
So the kids take a class for so many weeks.
Yes.
And it's culminated by a production.
Yes. Yes, and so they have class 2 times a week, and that'll begin in July, and it'll be 2 times a week, and then their final show is in September. And we are doing Schoolhouse Rock Live Junior, so that will be a little shorter than the regular Schoolhouse Rock Live, and it's very similar to there was an old TV show.
Yeah.
Schoolhouse Rock. I think that might have been before my time, but I know the musical.
So young.
I know the musical of it, but we're doing that, and then in October we're starting off our season with Little Shop of Horrors with the musical. Yeah.
Who's directing that?
I'm directing
that. Oh, okay.
So yeah, so I'm doing a few back-to-back again, but I'm very excited about that. I did that in 2004. We did it 10 years ago. I had just graduated from high school, and Steve Rhodes directed that, so I'm very excited to do it.
I bet when my daughter was in high school, they constructed a plant.
Yes.
And then they made money by shipping it off all over.
Yes, we were looking into borrowing it. And
is it still around?
It's not. I guess according to my sources, and if anybody knows otherwise, you can let me know. But according to my sources,
by the way, if you have a question, it's 593-7181 when somebody wants to call in.
Oh,
okay,
there we go.
Go ahead.
But we have. But they said that it was ruined in an accident of some sort.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, so we have to look into renting it from somebody else. But those were they were great. Those were some great plants that we used. So we used those from the Conneaut production and borrowed them. So, but we have Little Shop of Horrors in October. Then we're doing a Neil Simon comedy, Laughter on the 23rd Floor, in November. And then we will have our beautiful rendition of the Nutcracker, our annual production for the ballet company. Then in January, we are doing, we're actually taking the Frozen theme from the new Disney movie. We are now doing, we will be doing a Frozen concert beginning in January. So that's a little something that's, it's not quite Christmassy, but it's wintry. And
there'll probably be some winter left in January too.
Oh yeah, we're starting. And so we'll have the Frozen thing. That'll be something nice to do after Christmas, something to get out and do a little something with the family. And then we are doing a show called Greater Tuna, which is also a fun comedy. It's a 2-person show, and that will be directed by Aaron Drews.
Do you know who's in that? Or
we do not know yet.
I saw that somebody did that at a restaurant or something.
Yeah, they can. That's one of those shows that you can kind of take around and do anywhere. It's two people who play tons of characters.
Right. They come out in different garb and everything.
Yeah.
It's pretty
a good
fun.
Time. Yeah, and then our February show is going to be directed by Steve Rhodes, and it is Enchanted April. And from what I hear, we are actually going to have real greenery and real grass and everything for that set. And Ray Beach, our technical director at the Art Center, has these wonderful plants. So when it is wintry and yucky outside and freezing cold, then you can have a nice little escape.
Well, Spamalot.
There. Yeah,
Spamalot had lots of greenery and all.
Oh yeah, we have quite a bit there. And Ray Beach is our technical director, and he and we work hand in hand, being the theater people at the Art Center all the time. And he is somebody who is wonderful to work with. He's very creative and has wonderful ideas and does a lot of great stuff. So that'll be really exciting to see.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever seen live grass on a stage before, so I'm interested to see it myself. And
well, is he responsible for the spam? I mean, they had this big forest in the back, and it was real.
Yeah. You
recycled it in Aristocrats.
We did, yes. It was so good.
You can't just have it for one production.
Right. Yeah, and then it was Ray did all of the greenery, and but the background of it that gave it some extra depth was done by our director of visual arts, Megan Humphrey. So she does a lot of the art classes, and she runs the art gallery, and she's a wonderful
She and
lady.
her husband Ralph Bacon.
Yes, and she added the depth to it, and it was pretty cool.
Wasn't there mention made in the play about the great
very expensive forest? Yes. And we weren't at one point throughout the production, we weren't sure whether how exactly it would look. So it was either going to be a very cheap forest or a very expensive forest. So
well, that was impressive. When you mentioned that, then I remembered.
Yes.
From Spamalot.
Yes, indeed. So that's Enchanted April in February, and then in March we'll have our other children's production class. The classes will actually start in January, but the show that we're doing then is Sleeping Beauty Kids.
Oh.
So we're doing the Disney show of that. So that'll be a fun a fun time for the kids. And then we are closing the indoor season with the Sondheim Musical Company. And that's one that not a lot of people know about, but there's actually a version of it on Netflix. And but it is about a man in his, I believe it's supposed to be set, he's supposed to be in his mid-30s, and he's a single guy who's surrounded by married friends, married couples, and they all try to set him up with different people, and it's a great time. It's one of my favorite shows. There's some heartfelt messages with it, along with a lot of funny stuff that happens.
So are you directing that one?
I am not.
Oh.
I am not. That is.
You gonna be in it?
I'll audition and see. So.
Do they have to take you because you're theatrical coordinator? Could they say?
They don't. They don't have to take me.
Sorry, Kim.
Yeah. No, I always try to audition for whatever I can do and see what happens. But that one's going to be directed by Christy Seymour. Okay. So she did Annie this past year and did a wonderful job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had what's his name? The uncle. He had hair.
He did. That was actually my dad, Bob Godfrey, and
okay.
I really didn't want him to be bald. I've never seen my dad bald before.
My son can't say the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't sing worth.
Oh man, yeah. He did have hair. We had played around with the idea of doing a bald cap and we all just thought he looked so funny that I don't know what he'll do if he ever does lose his hair, because he does look kind of funny. Unlike you, it fits. It looks good. So we'll see. But yeah, Annie, that was a fun production. That was fun to do. Yes. So we have all sorts of new things going on at the Art Center. And especially with our new executive director, Lori Robishaw. Right. Which is a video interview with her on our website, www.sweet224. How many dick are you, 33? Sweet224.net. I've been here since 7 o'clock this morning. This is all new to me, so I'm going to take a nap afterward. I'm sorry. But anyway, there's an interview with her and the outgoing director, too. Yes. So, yes, that's wonderful. And Beth Koski. So we have all sorts of new things going on, and you can visit our Facebook page. We have a Facebook page, and we have our website is artcenternews.com, and and it's on West 13th Street, just if you were going to Kent State, just before you get to Kent State. Yes. And you go there, and there's a nice theater. There's a beautiful gallery area where all the paintings and stuff are. There's where they do the dance, where the kids are rehearsing now for the dance concert this weekend. Well, in the Peter Pan. Yes. I spent an evening there while Henry was on the practice. Oh, so it's quite a nice complex, and well thought out, well laid out, and it's kind of was built in stages. Yes, it was. Yeah. And then outside you've got the straw hat. Yes, and we utilize a lot of those we have a lot of summer camps as well that are coming up, and we have our regular multi-arts camp that is we combine dance, music, and art, and theater as well. We combine all 4 art forms and into putting on a show at the very end. And it's a camp that runs from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And we have 2 separate camps for that. Those are called our multi-arts camps, and those are from kids in 1st through 6th grades. And then we have our director of visual arts, Megan Humphrey, has tons of art camps that go in the afternoon, and I have a few theater and music camps that go on in July, and so there's a lot happening. Is the student art still up there? It is not. We now have the Lakeshore Artists now for the month of May. Yeah, for the past month it was student art. It was student art. It was put on by the Kiwanis Club, and but it was student art from all around Ashtabula County, and it's amazing. Yeah. It's so cool to see. We had a few kids who go into the art center and don't really take the art classes there, but their artwork was up, and we were like, very imaginative. It's amazing. Yeah. There are so many talented kids in this area. A month or so before that was the same type of thing at the County Arts Center. Oh, great. Yeah, so that's wonderful. I saw a few of the same Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
But there's a video online of that too at
good.
the Ashtabula Arts Center, and some of the kids are talking about their art and how they came up with the ideas and that sort of thing. And they're very well spoken too. So I'm lucky. I get to meet a lot of smart kids. So.
Right. Yeah. That's very true. That is good.
All right. Well, we got the dance this weekend, and is it next weekend?
Yes, we have the dance for 2 weekends, this weekend and next weekend. And Memorial Day weekend, we have the Conneaut Arts Center. We'll be at the Ashtabula Arts Center doing their dance show.
Right. So. And then you've got 3 months worth of plays at Straw Hat. You've got the concerts in Jefferson. You've got the concerts in Ashtabula. The new concerts at the Arts Center. So.
Yeah.
Tell us the website one more time.
It is www.artscenternews.com.
You didn't say too many W's like I did.
www.
Well, thank you for stopping in.
Of course, thank you for having me.
It's been fun, and if you haven't been to the Ashtabula Arts Center, I tell you, it's and bring your kids. It may open up a whole world for them, really.
Yeah.